All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about the DNA of the modern economy, digital business models. We're going to figure out what really separates the digital giants from the startups that just disappear.
This is the question that keeps every entrepreneur and CEO up at night. You see, two companies, right? They start with similar tech, maybe even similar ideas, but one just takes off like a rocket, and the other one, well, it fizzles out. Why does that happen?
Here's the secret. It's not just about having a slick app or a cool website. Nope, the answer is deeper. It's about having a fundamentally different blueprint for how the business works, how it creates value, and how it makes money. It's all in the model. And here's the thing you've absolutely got to get. A digital business model isn't about just slapping some new tech onto your old way of doing things. We're talking about a total reinvention from the ground up. Think about it like this. Putting a jet engine on a horse-drawn carriage doesn't make it an airplane. It just makes a mess. You have to design the entire system differently. And look, the research is crystal clear on this. It's about systemic change. Companies have to completely rethink their entire organization if they want to survive. So what does this new DNA actually look like? Well, researchers have basically broken it down into three core pieces that are totally different from the old school models. Let's take a look. First up, content. Forget about selling a single static product, like a CD you buy once. The digital model is all about delivering a continuous experience, like a Spotify subscription. The value isn't in owning the thing anymore. It's in the constant access, the ongoing service. All right, next up, architecture. This is the engine room. And it's not about physical factories or supply chains. It's about the digital plumbing. Just think about Amazon's recommendation engine. That thing is built on mountains of data, super smart algorithms, and a whole ecosystem of sellers, all working together to create that personalized experience for you. And that brings us to the third piece, value sharing. This is how you actually get paid. Instead of just a simple one-time transaction, value is captured in totally new ways. Think about Google. The search is free, right? But they capture enormous value by monetizing all that data through hyper-targeted ads. So if you put it all together, this table just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you have the old world, defined by physical, tangible things you sell one time. On the right, you have the new digital reality, which is all about creating ongoing, intangible value through experiences and data. It's a huge shift from owning things to accessing services. Okay, so you have this new model, but how do you get it off the ground? And I mean really flying. Well, it turns out there are these two incredibly powerful forces, let's call them the twin engines, that work together to create that explosive growth we were talking about. On one side, you've got dynamic capabilities. Just think of these as the company's reflexes, its ability to sense what's happening in the market and quickly adapt. And on the other side, you have network effects. This is literally the party effect. The more people who show up, the better and more valuable the party gets for everyone there. So, these dynamic capabilities are built on having resources that give you a real sustainable edge. Stuff that's valuable, rare, and super hard to copy. And in the digital world, we're not talking about a factory. We're talking about something like Netflix's massive treasure trove of viewing data and the algorithm that knows what you want to watch before you do. I mean, good luck trying to copy that. And here's how that party gets started. A few people join the platform, which makes it just a little bit more useful. That then attracts a few more people, which makes it even more valuable. And pretty soon, you get this incredible positive feedback loop that can create a winner-takes-all market. It's exactly how eBay totally came to dominate online auctions. And here's the secret sauce for getting that whole thing started. You often give this service away for free, at least at first. The goal isn't to make a profit on day one. The goal is to build that user base as fast as humanly possible, lock in that network, and then, only then, do you figure out how to monetize it. Now, the absolute key here is that these two engines have to work together. Network effects give you the raw acceleration. That's the rocket fuel for market growth. But dynamic capabilities, that's your navigation, your steering, your life support. Without that internal ability to adapt, that rocket ship of growth is just going to spin out of control. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? Well, thankfully, researchers at MIT have developed a really powerful and practical checklist to guide leaders through this exact transformation. These 6 questions force you to get real. What's the actual threat and opportunity out there?
Which new model is truly the best for our future? What's going to make us unique in this digital world? How are we going to connect with our customers? Do we even have the right skills? And crucially, is our leadership team actually ready for this massive change? And to answer those questions, you're going to need the right tools. The old maps just won't get you to this new destination. So let's take a quick look at the frameworks that are actually designed for this new digital world. Now, a lot of you have probably seen the classic business model canvas. It's a great tool, for sure, but it was really designed for a more stable, predictable world. The new adapted versions for the digital age are way more dynamic. They specifically call out things like finding early adopters to kickstart those network effects, and they recognize the fierce competition for investment and talent.
And for an even deeper analysis, you can think of any digital business as having these 4 dimensions. It's basically, what are you offering? How do you build it? Who helps you deliver it? And how do you get paid? Systematically working through these 4 questions can help you map out the DNA of any competitor out there.
But in the end, it all comes back to this one idea. If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this quote: "Success today isn't about buying the latest piece of software. It is about fundamentally rewiring the logic of your entire organization." So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Every single business has a business model, whether it's written down on a whiteboard or not. So the crucial question you have to ask yourself is this: is your model a relic built for a world that doesn't exist anymore, or is it truly designed for the future?